Lucina focus. Come on! Alright, if you want to get to the meat and potatoes of this video and see lunatic gameplay of Tempest Trials, skip to 11 minutes. Exactly. Anyway. So, the Tempest Trials is out, and I gotta say, it is actually pretty fucking difficult. Yay, special login bonus! They finally listened to the fans, and they're giving them the orbs, the daily fucking orbs we've been begging for. I guess not like begging, more like demanding. Accepting a couple more of your friend requests here. We got, Naui. I really like the Moonbow, the Lightning Breath, the Fury, the Vantage, the overall, tankiness, the good speed, the good attack. Like, literally everything about this build is great. Especially the threat and resistance also. Everything synergizes with itself. She's basically very self-sustaining. And then here we've got a healer. Could use an A skill. Level up that B skill. Pretty much standard skills for a healer. Not bad. And then here we've got a Xander running the classic Fury and Vantage with the being able to counter at any range. Oh, of course! The attack is really nice, he's really tanky. Very overall good build again. You know what? Don't fix what ain't broken, you know what I mean? Alrighty, why don't we take a look at a couple of my teams here. I already went ahead and named a couple of them. Got my Horse, Armor, my Radiance team. My 8th one is my Tempest team. I'm thinking that will be really good. And Team 7, I don't know what to put there. And don't say Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke, Kakashi. Fuck that shit. Just kidding. I got an idea. How about you guys in the comments below vote, suggest, just suggest teams for me to use. I don't know, say like 4 different characters in the comments. Whichever 4 characters get the most mentions, you know, most votes, then I'll put those 4 characters onto a team and I'll like use it in a couple arena videos or something. I'll use them. So yeah, just name 4 heroes that I have, and then whichever 4 get mentioned the most by everybody, I'll use those 4. How's that sound? That should be fun. Now that's a paradox. I do like the fact that they're essentially going with the merged worlds thing, parallel universes and whatnot. That's kind of neat. Oh, and Lucina, of course. Hey, Lucina, have any idea who this Marth guy is? You mind cluing us in, maybe? You have any idea at all who that is? Maybe a small inkling, maybe a gut feeling. Okay. So I first started. This is obviously my very first time going into Tempest Trials. So you're probably gonna, see me blunder through it a couple times, make a bunch of stupid mistakes. But believe me, by now I've gotten, what, I think 2,000 points? And it's rather, I would say, this is a very difficult mode, actually. Really is. I mean, you can't really, get much harder than, oh, we'll take, instead of just one hard map that you play, how about we throw more at you? Ho-ho! But yeah, it is actually rather difficult. It's very satisfying when you complete whatever you're playing. It's really nice. I've been enjoying it so far. Okay, take a look at Marth, and there's no skills. That's weird. What if the 5-star version has any? Okay, what the actual fuck? Are you fucking serious? You're giving us a blank fucking slate. Really? Like, now this kind of pisses me off, and here's why. They're essentially exacerbating the gacha system. You're not really getting a fucking 5-star. You're essentially getting a fucking a dump to throw all of your, like, 3 and 4 stars into. Take all of their skills. You've got nothing to base the character off of. You literally have to give her everything except her goddamn weapon. Which is really annoying, because in the end, to make this 5-star any good, you have to fucking take more than you normally would to build a 5-star and dump it into that, thereby needing to spend orbs for her in the first place. That's really fucking annoying.
Alright.
Pretty much looking a gift horse in the mouth. And you kind of feel like that asshole because you are looking him in the mouth. And you know you shouldn't be. You should just, take what you're given and be thankful for it. But you realize, oh, this fucking piece of shit horse has a fucking disease. This fucking asshole just tried to pawn off a shitty horse, so I have to take care of it. Fuck you. Get out of here. But anyway, that's my rant on that. So I will be working to get that fucking 5-star, but it's just it's such a letdown, honestly. But since I was doing like normal mode here, I figured, oh hey, shit's super fucking easy. Why don't I just test out the new auto battle features? Although, I won't really get an opportunity to really fucking do that because everybody's already max level. So I just wanted to get a feel generally for the mode, so I went into, the normal mode. Get my hees and haws, but I guess it was just a bit too easy. I mean, obviously, what did I expect from, like, level 20 recommended, right? So I'm just fucking autoing everything, letting everything do its fucking diddly dickest to murder everyone. Boobity bop. Once we get to the lunatic part, I'll really start talking about my advice and whatnot. I really like the music that they have for this map. I really like it a lot. It was one of my favorite tracks for Awakening. I would actually go ahead and during the battle, because this song specifically, yeah, in fact, you see me here turn up the fucking volume so I can listen to the music, because I like it. I would let the game just stay in its text, because otherwise the combat just flows through automatically. And I would listen to this essentially battle version of the song, and it's really catchy. I like it a lot. So I'm just sitting here autoing everything, and lo and fucking behold, she goes ahead and murders one of my characters. I was like, oh, fuck! Even now, I can't fucking underestimate even like an underleveled goddamn Veronica. Oh man, she is a powerhouse. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up here and collect my reward. my pitiful amount of points that I'm about to earn. Right about now, I'm thinking is a good opportunity to re-equip Sheena's skill, her C skill, because it's for armored units. I forgot to change it to Fortify Defense 2 so I can actually utilize it with my other characters, but I fucking forgot again, so you're gonna see me blunder that also. So here we are going into lunatic mode. Not the top one, but the like easier lunatic mode, just to get a feel for the actual difficulty. And I found a good number of tips to help us out, essentially dummy-proof ourselves from making blunders we normally wouldn't have in the first place. And one of them is to always play carefully. If you've ever played a mainstream Fire Emblem game, Awakening, you know, Fates, the new Shadows of Valentia, treat it as though it really was permadeath. Not like at the end of this series you're gonna get your units back, but like actual legit permadeath. So if you make a mistake, that shit's gone forever. Just pretend it's like that. If you do it like that, you'll save yourself probably at least a couple of units. But then, you know, there are those moments where you're like, ah, shit, it's too late. I'm gonna lose somebody, but let's at least minimize the casualties. Okay. The second biggest tip is sustainability. As you can see, my Sheena has renewal and reciprocal aid. So essentially, oh, and she's got really high HP, really high defense, and really high resistance. So essentially, that HP pool is like a very secure investment. Whenever you need it, you can tap into it, give it to another unit, and keep them alive for much longer. Save them from death and everything. And because she's got renewal, she's replenishing that HP pool every other turn. I really like the build that I put on Sheena. Number 3 is to cover your bases. Now, you wouldn't believe how fucking pissed I was when I was playing one of my teams and I got hit with blue spam. I was using like, Sheena, 2 blue units, and I believe Lucina.
Let's go.
Yeah, I don't quite remember. It wasn't this team right here. But, my green unit,
Let's go.
I don't remember what happened to her. But anyway, essentially, this was just a blue spam fucking attack. And I just could not deal with it because I didn't have the characters to do it. So you need to cover almost literally all of your bases.
Okay.
Take into account you might be fighting, you know, Hectors.
Understood.
You'll be fighting mounted mages. You might end up fighting against an entire team of swords, an entire team of blue, and an entire team of green. So you need to have a very broad spectrum of skills and weapons so you can cover each and every base and have somebody that can counter something else. Which is why this Robin that I have is so useful. He's got Bowbreaker, he's got Blair Raven, which allows him advantage over colorless. He's also one of the ultimate support mages. I gave him spur defense. He's really good to put next to another character. He's got a rally ability. He's just generally a jack of all trades and has been very useful in general. He can do a lot of different things. And then I've got another example. Sheena, who is my, tank foe healer. You would be surprised at the amount of healing she does. And here's Faye. I used her because she has the ability to attack and not get hit back, which becomes very useful in the boss battle when you don't want Veronica to use her high heels and just fucking stomp and mash your dick into the ground when you just attempt your feeble attack on her, and she just smacks you to the ground. Spoiler alert. But yeah, anyway, another good tip is on your first couple of tries on the Tempest Trials, bring a healer with you. So this way, when you do make mistakes, you can kind of make up for them a little bit, at least in the form of HP. So that's a little tip. Another one is to use characters that you're familiar with and have dedicated time and resources to. Not like, I don't know, maybe a random 4-star that people are telling you is really good. Or like, oh, hey, I use this team. Which I will tell you, hey, I use this team, this worked for me. But if you haven't dedicated the time and resources to, leveling them up and giving them skills and essentially learning what they do after you've given them this particular build, then it won't work out for you because you won't know what you're doing with this character, or they might be lacking in some aspects. So use characters that you're already used to and you're good at using it.
Okay.
Or just let Hector kill everything and give him 2 pocket healers. Fuck it. Why not? You're only helping everybody else if that's how you win. That is perfectly fine.
Understood. Alright.
I probably should have mentioned this one first, because it's kind of obvious, but also not at the same time. Which is, if you're going to do the more difficult Tempest Trials, make sure you allow yourself enough time to play the game. Because obviously my video is quite long, and I end up playing this lunatic mode for 20 goddamn minutes. I did not know what I was really getting into. But now I know. Now, here is another tip that might sound a little crazy, but it's just crazy enough to work. And obviously, you've got backup teams for when your first team is wiped out, you can replace them with new heroes.
Let's go.
Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Keep some reserve units. Put like 1 or 2 of your best characters on one team, and then 2 other ones. They don't necessarily have to be terrible characters. You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot.
Try my best.
And then you just kind of spread out the power a bit, because you may never know when you make a blunder and then you lose like half your team in an instant, just because the enemy team had a goddamn dancer that you never take account for, ever.
Let's go.
Me. And then now you're like, shit, fuck, now what do I do? What possible characters could I put together that I'm not used to? Because I don't play them very often. Now what can I do? Because as you're going to see, I'm just going to go ahead and let my character suicide because I've essentially lost everybody who could fucking do something at this point. I'm like, well, shit. Fuck, now what? So luckily, I have dedicated a good amount of resources to these characters in general here. This is all my 5 stars. A side note, it doesn't require 5 stars to beat this mode. You can use like 3 or 4 star characters, but like I said, they have to be ones that you've dedicated time and resources to, like giving them good skills and stuff. I haven't really done that with a lot of my 4 stars. That's why I'm not using them. Or some of them are just too specific of a build, like those armored ones, that I wouldn't be able to use them. So that's why you don't see me using 3 and 4 stars. It may seem hypocritical that I'm telling you you could use 3 and 4 stars, and yet all I'm doing is using 5. And not exactly making it look great. But, yeah, it's not impossible by any means. I mean, you could look at other YouTube videos out there of people who've done like Grand Hero battles with just, I've seen a couple of them actually, just Olivia, Donald, and Cecilia. It's crazy.
Got it. On it.
Oh, another thing is movement abilities. You could never underestimate the value of a movement ability. And I'm talking about pivot, swap,
Let's go.
reposition, drag back.
All right.
These are all extremely important abilities. They also allow you to rush out, hit a target for major damage, and then retreat, and they can't even counter back. I do this with Ike and Julia all the time. I'll throw Julia out to smack somebody upside the face with her fucking book. And then have her retreat behind Ike using reposition. So now, I can finally get to the final boss tips.
Okay.
There are several things that will always be the same for the boss battle. And one of them is obviously Veronica. And she is OP as fuck. Look the fuck out. That much should be obvious. Now then, as you can see, I've highlighted the Cecilia because she will fuck my shit up. She's got Grown Raven, so your bow users will just get shit on. I've only seen 2 characters in her spot, and that's Cecilia and Reinhardt. You have to be very careful around them because they have high mobility, high coverage, high fucking damage. They are pretty much your primary target at the beginning of each one of these battles.
Yes.
What?
So, what I have done myself is keep
Let's go.
my Sanaki, which is a red tome user. She is a glass cannon build that I have. I have her solely for the reason of defeating Veronica, and it might show up in this video because I'm pretty sure I get shit on. Like I was saying, the mage cavalry unit is gonna be your primary target because they will fuck your shit up. I shit you not. So you're gonna need some sort of tome user that can bait and kill them, and I would give them as much support as possible. Put them next to a character with Spur, rally them a couple times, start them at the beginning of the game next to some Fortify characters. This is some in-depth shit. This boss battle does not fuck around. It will shit on your face. Because it certainly did to me. So, you are going to want to have some sort of hard counter to Veronica. Because she murders just about everybody. Like, she could murder my Ike, too, obviously, because Ike's got low resistance.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't have a lot of resources dedicated to Sanaki. I just kind of ignored her because I had plenty of other red units I could use. And I generally liked my green and blue mages better. But in this case, I really needed to have that pocket counter. So this way, if I really needed to pull her out, then I could take her out and essentially, you know, go through the motions of the beginning of the boss battle, kill the hard counter, or I would also use Sanaki for Cecilia, but if it's Reinhardt, she's kind of fucked. Go through the motions, etc., and then once your major threat is out of the way, the one that covers pretty much everybody. Oh, I guess I didn't get shit on right here. I thought I did. Or do I still get shit on? I don't remember. Oh, yeah. I do get shit on because I get fucking surprised. I'm like, ooh, Ike's a red unit. He'll fucking survive. Nope!
Let's go.
Ah, fuck. And now I'm cowering in the corner because I don't have shit left.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck am I gonna do to Veronica with the Takumi? There's no fucking way Hinoka's gonna do anything. She's at disadvantage. So yeah, I do get shit on. I eat some serious shit right here.
Yes.
But I also didn't know what I was prepared for. So, learn from my mistakes. That's another tip. Learn from my mistakes. See how I fucked up? In this case, see, I start to use Sanaki. That's when I realize, oh shit, I need a hard counter to Veronica. And this red mage could be it. I bring Sorin, I got my brick shithouse, and then this is what, the first time I bring out a healer? Because I generally underestimate healers. I never thought they were very good. They're generally weak. And, you know, damage is more powerful than healing, because that's what makes sense. Otherwise the game would get super stale and shit would never die. So as you can see, I'm going through the motions of trying to get my shit in order, you know, buff up the character that I'm going to bait with as much as possible. And then I'm going to send her out, let her work her magic, literally.
Amusing.
Very well.
If you heard that, that was my neck. I didn't realize it when I first picked Sorin, but his water sweep ended up helping me out a lot, because I think Sanaki alone wasn't able to one-round Veronica.
Of course.
Yes? Turn?
Sorin ends up being able to help
Certainly.
because of his water sweep.
My turn?
He will hit her and not get shit on back,
What next?
which I believe saved my ass in this game. And also, because this video's so goddamn long, my video editor
Yes?
keeps fucking up. So my voice lines are on separate tracks. I've had to do multiple different instances in a row.
Yes.
I've got like 5 different
Let's see.
voice lines on here. Hopefully it's seamless. But I've been having trouble with this video just because it's so fucking long. The editor keeps fucking up really badly.
Very well.
Oh man. Next time I'm definitely going to keep in mind
Of course.
to keep these generally a bit shorter. Just a little bit shorter. Fucking A. But yeah, as you can see, you know, I ended up using what was left of my resources and just scraping by. I was actually worried that I was gonna embarrass myself and just straight up fucking fail. So obviously for speed, that's a fucking E, because it took me 20 goddamn minutes. Ugh. But with practice, I got better. And so can you. So don't be afraid if you don't start off very good. Just practice, switch up your characters, see what works, see what doesn't. Because I can already tell you right now that I've gotten so much better. And that will be coming in a video tomorrow. I will show you how to beat it so easily. I don't want to spoil my next video. Oh yeah, look at these quests. But just know,
All right.
you can do it. I believe in you. Hey, look, it's Elm. But yeah. Well, once I was done with this, I was honestly exhausted. I like the game mode. I like it. I was just exhausted. I think this is exactly what